Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, death and dying. What is a message for those that are left behind, right? When a loved one leaves, it really would be very, very dependent on how you see the process of death and what you see as happening. Um, is this the end? Many people have many different ideas around death, right? And I'm just putting forth a perspective. So those that are left behind. So I think about just recently, and this is why I'm doing this series right now, is because it's so fresh for me. My brother just passed away last week, not even a week ago. Um, and and in that process, I've been learning a lot about from him about death and dying, right? And also observing my own process of them in the same time, right? Because I remember so many things about my brother, so many things about our relationship, right? There was a time when we lived together as an adult. As adults, he lived with me when I was raising my kids with my husband and I, and lived, you know, for a couple years with us, and just different times that he was present in my life, and just the different memories that were made, and then how life changed, and we moved apart, and then closer together, and then he started driving over the road, and and then I think that it happens with all of us. Like we go through this whole process of like just reviewing our relationship, and there's a sense of regret that comes in. Like we begin to regret, like having maybe regretting that we didn't pick up the phone the last time that they called, or we didn't have dinner with them or lunch, or they invited us out and we were too busy, because the truth of it is that we never know the appointed hour. Even for ourselves, we don't. Right? And so we don't know. I didn't know that on June the 3rd, when I took that photograph of us, that would be the last time that I would see him in the physical form, right? That it would be the last time that I would hear his voice audibly, right? And then I went back and remembered how we weren't able to connect at Christmas, so we never really got to celebrate with the family with Bill. And so there were just like these things, and then he was driving over the road and trying to get him to go out and see our mother, and just a number of things. But there's this thread of regret, and I think that we will all have it, no matter who it is. Like when we're talking about close relationships to us, family relationship, blood relationships. Well, we will all experience regret. We will at some point in time, right? For maybe just not being there in a way that we could, or whatever. So when we feel this, it's a totally natural thing for you to go through. And so the most important thing for you to do in the process of releasing a loved one is to not judge yourself. Not judge yourself. And as you're looking at regrets, because I could feel them coming in. It was like wanting, oh well, you could have and you didn't, and da 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 da. And I could feel them coming in, and I realized that probably was not even a thought in my brother's mind as he was transcending his body and moving to returning home to the source of love. You know, that those things are probably not even present, right? And that in his new state of transcendence, those things don't even matter, right? They don't even matter because he is returning to the true essence of his wholeness, his divine perfection, his oneness with the love and with the light and compassion, right? And so any thoughts like that I don't believe are existing. But however, we here are having this experience of regret. Like I'm thinking about my mother making her transition, and my mom flat out told me the last time I was visiting her, is like, I was wanting to meet somebody who's been living on the island for 8 years, but I never find time to meet him. Because my mom is just like, well, you can meet them after I'm dead. Well, we don't know that you're going to die before they do. She says, and you're going to regret not being here with me after I'm gone. And but I told her, I said, the reality, mom, is I'm gonna regret it whether I go or not. There's still gonna be regret there. Right. And so we have that. So I say, if it's all right, it's totally acceptable for you to have regret. It's absolutely allow yourself to feel that, right? Don't get stuck there, right? And that's the whole thing about the grieving. And then in that regret, move. It's, you don't have to move soon or anything like that, but see if you can move to forgiveness, to begin to forgive yourself for, you know, missed opportunity or whatever you perceived as where you didn't show up enough, or maybe you said some things or did some things that may have been harmful to the beloved that's passed over. All that is gone now in their experience, all that, and then is just here for us to learn how to transmute, right? How to actually fall in love. Like death, the dying process is a teacher of love. It's a teacher of self-love. Can we love ourselves enough to forgive ourselves for loving ourselves? Can we love ourselves enough to forgive ourselves and love ourselves? That's love. Forgiving yourself is loving yourself in the most radical way. And then experiencing the regret, it's okay. It's okay to have regrets. But don't let them disempower you. Don't let them weigh you down so heavily that you're not able to get up. Now acknowledge and then learn from that. And then how can I do better? How can I love those that are surrounding me today? How can I be a better lover to the people that are still alive in the physical form, that are still moving? Yeah. How can we do that? How can we be more loving? Who can we call? Who can we hold in our heart? Who can we send love, this loving frequency to? Who can we hold right here in our heart? See, I can hold my brother right here in my heart right now and just send him love, 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 because it's what he is. It is. He was always that. Even if he didn't remember, even if his family couldn't remember, it doesn't matter. Doesn't change it. Still love. Still love. Still love. So radiating that frequency of love to your loved one. It's crossed over. And they can feel that. Yeah. So for those of us that are left behind, experience your grieving fully. It's okay to have regrets. And more than anything, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And forgive your beloved too. Even if you're just mad at them for leaving so early. Just forgive them too. All right. That's what I'm going to share today. Death and dying, and for those that are left behind. I hope that this serves you in some way. I have a feeling that that all of us are going to have the experience of this beautiful transformative process of dying. It's going to be coming closer and closer to home. So when we can begin to see it as a beautiful experience of life, and as the moving through the doorways of experience and of our divine essence, right? Then it's not so scary anymore. It isn't anything that we fear, and we can actually talk about it and not be afraid of it anymore because there's nothing to be afraid of. It's just the most beautiful journey you'll ever experience. Yeah. All right. I love you. I love you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Be loved, beloved. I'll see you again soon. Take care. Aloha.